Well, as you guys can see, we are not working on my Jeep today, and this is not a normal upload. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Hunk of Junk, put a poll up there, and I said, do you guys want to see a video on Alex's Jeep, what we're doing to it? And pretty much every single person said yes, even though all the options were yes. But good feedback on that. You guys want to see this Jeep. Quick little background on it. This is Alex. Bill Jarrell, say hi.
What's up?
That's Alex. He had this Jeep built by Motobuilt last year, and he's been thrashing on for the last year. He's been out west with it, wheeled a little bit of the East Coast, but we're finally getting back into this year's wheeling season, and there's a few things that we want to get changed on it. So moving forward into this upload, pretty much it's just going to be us doing this long list of things that he has that he wants done. Involves lighting, rerouting some lines. We're going to be cutting some mounts off that he didn't end up using, but basically just getting this thing prepped for this year of wheeling. I don't know what to say in this intro, but let's just dive right into the work. Here we go. But what we're working on right now currently is, as you can tell, both ORIs are out of the Jeep right now. This driver's side one was leaking, so Alex went ahead and sent it back out to them. They rebuilt it. Turnaround time was awesome. It literally took, what, a week?
Yeah, it was a week.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks in total, yeah, from the time he shipped it out. So we just got that back. But another benefit to having the ORI off is down here, there is a sway bar tab that's welded to the axle that actually interferes with the ORI just a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and trim that back down. We're not gonna cut it off completely because it's actually tied into this lower mount. So we're just gonna trim it up so it doesn't interfere with that anymore. Also, on the front of the axle, where it's all cleaned up, was these strap tie downs for when it's on a trailer. They're nice, they look cool, and they'd probably work good, but Alex's straps didn't fit them very well. Cutting these off, and we're gonna go ahead and install a set of TMRs on there, right there. So I'm sure you guys have seen that style before. That's what I plan to somewhat use on my Jeep, but we're gonna be swapping over to that on his. I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning up this other side. I have the mount already cut off, just needs cleaned up. I'm gonna work on that, put you guys on the time lapse, and then fill you guys in when we make some progress. Okay, just got those welded on there and a fresh coat of Steel It. I'm pretty happy with those, but while that dries, we gotta put the ram on after that. But we're actually working on a set of Baja Design taillights. I guess not taillights, reverse fog lights that are gonna go back here in the Motobuilt bumper. But he was able to print off a template to use for it, so we traced it. There's no good way to cut these out, so hole in 4 corners, we'll go ahead and lob it out, and then these will go in there. So should look pretty cool. I'll go ahead, work on that, show you guys the final product. Boom. As you can tell, it is pitch black out and it's the end of the night. So there is the final product. We got the one side in, but ran out of daylight to do the other. So yeah, super happy with the way that looks. This is the end of day number 1. We also got the front end all back together, minus the ORIs. End of day number 1. Let me wipe this lens, sorry. And we'll be back out here again tomorrow, and we'll keep on working. See you tomorrow. Yo, back out here, day number 2, and she's ugly outside. So we are cooped up inside the garage working today. I think where we left off, we were working on the bumper and it got dark out. Well, went ahead and ripped the bumper off, drilled the rest of my holes, painted it, and got one light stuck in there. The bumper needs a little bit of dry time yet, and then we'll go ahead and throw that one in. But while that's drying, as you can tell in the background, Alex went ahead and got one strut in. We are currently working on the other one. The issue we ran into whenever we sent this out to get rebuilt, the top hat of this actually, well, if you can tell, the strut sideways was clocked wrong. So we got to go ahead and loosen that up and rotate it so we can put it back in the Jeep. We're going to work on that. And the goal for today is get the Jeep back down on the ground, get the struts filled up, and just keep farting along on this list of things that need done. Okay, just got the Jeep back down on its own weight. We finished up the tabs, and this Jeep is looking like a Dean. Shout out Peck Brothers. Now we're moving on to the less desirable part of this job, and we're gonna be dropping this center section so we have access to, let me show you, this exhaust. It points at the brake lines. We need to go ahead and get this dropped down. We're going to cut the exhaust and rotate it so it's not constantly blowing on the brake lines. That's what we're up to. Time to drop it. We just went ahead and got Alex's skid plate dropped down. It is completely covered in sand hollow sand. We should probably clean that back up before we shove it back up there. But what we were saying while we were under there was, wonder what this Jeep weighs. Now, it's a full body rig. It's got 1 tons. It's on 42s with aluminum wheels. It has an Atlas, but stock motor and trans. That's about it. So drop a comment down below what you guys think it weighs. At the end of this video, we'll toss it on the scales because we're both super curious what it actually weighs. I'm going 6,200. Alex is in like the 6,350 range. So we're expecting it to be at least 6,000 pounds. But Alex is currently under the Jeep working on ripping the exhaust off so we can modify that, and we're going to heat wrap it before we shove it back up in there. So the work continues. All right, the exhaust is off. We went ahead and chopped the tip on this, rotated where we want it, and I put down some fresh boogers on the exhaust, painted it, and now we're gonna try our hand at heat wrapping the exhaust. Out here, day number 3. I'm hanging out with my palm trees, soaking up the sun because it is beautiful out. Still got a bunch to do left on the Jeep, but we want to take it for a spin here soon. Alex just went ahead and got this exhaust all wrapped up, and now he wants to start it open header. So at least one side's open header, so we're gonna do that. The other exhaust we already threw back on it, but rip the other one off. Gotta turn my tunes off. Don't want to get demonetized when I'm not monetized. So here it is, one side open header. Kind of sounds the same.
Needs a V8.
Yeah, drop a comment down below if you think Alex should put an LS or a Hemi inside the JL. He wants an LS, I want a Hemi. Let us know what you think. So we're gonna go ahead and get this exhaust thrown on the Jeep and start buttoning everything up. Yep, it is now. Okay, Jeep is all buttoned up. It's time to go for a little ice cream cruise. Strapped in. Yep. Well, you guys can't call me a liar. We tried to weigh the Jeep, but something is going on with the box or the outlet or the plug itself. It was a hair janky to begin with, but plugged it in, went to weigh the Jeep, and unfortunately, it did not turn on. So, no, we're not going to get the weight of Alex's Jeep. I guess it's just going to remain a big secret for a little bit longer. But once we get that fixed, we will still get Alex's Jeep, throw it on the scales, and finally figure out what this thing weighs. I guess that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. We did a bunch of work. There's still plenty to do on the Jeep, but I think what's going to happen from here on out, we'll be working on my Jeep and Alex's Jeep will just sneak in between, but we'll go ahead and film it because this was pretty fun to make this video. So if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. As always, I appreciate the view. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow your boy, Hunk of Junk, on Instagram. We'll see you guys soon. Later.